damage. You know, you've got a Mars that's going to live for a long time. You've got a Bane that can heal himself. You've got a Storm that can zip in and out. You've got 2 lives on your Wraith King.
And as they move into lanes, these tri-lanes might be coming. Now, it could be just a fight for the rune, but we could also see an aggressive tri-lane trying to shut down this Bristle early on and, you know, make it so that he can't get that Radiance. They probably really don't want to have to deal with that.
I think it's a little bit harder this time around to run a tri-lane because you don't have that easy maneuverability. You know, there's no Prophet, there's no Io, there's no Chen, so you just can't TP around very easily.
So what is the early outpost taking that these teams have all been doing it? Is it just... because it does give away information that you're there. So is it just for the vision and to kind of get counter information?
I think it's for a multitude of things, right? The vision, not fantastic, but it shows where the supports are in lane, and it enables the 2 heroes that you've got to potentially take a 2v1 situation and go for that first blood, to go for, you know, a kill when the lane's about to push into the tower and deny away a lot of experience. So opting to go for the enemy team side, it does reveal things a little bit. It puts the safe lane carry in a bit more of a precarious spot.
And while it may be a little greedy to have Kuroki on the Enigma, this slight advantage into the mid lane by early denying is going to give Weehaw a really nice start.
Especially with a Viper as well.
Yeah.
Creep wave's pushing all the way into the tower too, so at level 1, GPK is going to have to be on point to pick up all of these last hits, especially when he's getting him denied out. Looks like he's done it though.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, extra pressure because he has so many less of them this game. And I wonder how Kuro will play this. I guess when you have cores like a Weaver and a Bristle, which, you know, traditionally can actually solo, you can afford to have your supports out of lane a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, he's opted to go to the top side, times it so that he can immediately deny that range creep up there, so maximizing his mana potential. He's immediately going to run into Vampire. I wonder if he'll look to start pulling and stacking up this small camp, or if he's just going to farm and go ultra greed here.
I guess it depends on the timings they want to go for. And do they want to sacrifice Miracle's farm a little bit just to make sure they have the levels that they need on Enigma sooner? And I can see that. I mean, Bristle can survive on less.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, he's one of those heroes where I feel like this patch, it's all about experience, getting early experience early on. Farm is great, but if you're able to use your abilities, which just seem to be power creeping up and up, then it's going to be a lot more impactful. You can see Miracle here. He's almost reached his level 3 already.
Especially with talents.
Yeah.
Just adding so much more, bringing so much more to the table. Well, and you know, Blizzy can do some decent harass here, but I'm not sure if it's enough to kill Miracle. Especially with this level 3, so 2 points in the quill stacks, and you're just gonna pay for any extended amount of time trying to chase him. And the question is, who will level their abilities faster for Excess Vampire taking out Eidolons?
Well, he's doing his best to be able to do it. That's another thing I really like about this Grimstroke, although he's in a bit of a weird position. Kuroki might get picked off here.
This should be a decent spear to land here from Blizzy. Now Kuro is stuck against the tree. There's no... I feel like I saw an Orb of Venom, but there isn't one. So 2 down on the side of Nigma, and we lost Storm in the mid lane to Weehaw.
Well, the dangers of going up against a Viper, it's just always going to happen.
And
I think Miracle's totally fine with this, right? He can stay underneath this tower. He's got the 1 point in the Bristleback. These creeps aren't going to be doing too much to him. He's got the extra 1 regen happening from standing underneath it.
yeah, and he hits level 4, so he's very happy right now. Kuro continuing to take denies. Does not have a small camp to farm at the moment, so he'll just have to hold on. And Blizzy left alone up here. Excess Vampire wants to throw out some harass onto Weehaw. Don't think there's anything close enough to kill him. And even if they do, he has the Fairy Fire. But that's 3 Gambit heroes in the mid lane. Kind of an odd timing from YYY, really. I don't know if they could have caught Viper there at all.
I think it's okay as long as they absolutely get this power rune. You know, you were going to make the rotation anyway, and looks like Storm's going to be able to pick it up on the top side, so it's not too bad. It's pre-bottle, which kind of sucks, and it makes that first blood even more impactful for Weehaw. But still, you're going to be able to secure at least your basic level of farm by this.
And Soul Ring completed on Miracle, so he is going to have a lot of regen, a lot of ability to spam, and try and make Blizzy's life miserable.
Oh, I think he'll do a good job at that. He's going to do great, and he's also got that Ring of Health completed up, so tons of strength, tons of regen, very hard to kill.
And 5-minute runes. Again, don't see any big fights really breaking out yet, but they are going to go on Dream in the bottom lane. It's GH getting fairly low here with the turnaround from YYY. Dream forced to salve, and GH can just go and grab the rune at this point. Is the nice timing there, so that YYY can't beat him to it. So that is 2 for each side.
I think it's 3 for 1, actually.
Was it? Did I count wrong?
Oh, one of them was a bottle.
Got it. Got it. I was looking at the wrong thing. So 3 for Nigma. This is what we have multiple people for.
Yeah, lots of harass coming out onto Dream early on. He's still, you know, relatively tanky. He's gone into this Vampiric Aura build just so that he can stay in lane for as long as he can, get rid of that bonus damage going up for himself, and it's hard to try and outlast Hitter Weaver. But, he's doing a good job at it.
Yeah, and in the mid lane, this is what we talked about in the draft. Nigma already putting pressure onto this middle tower, which will not get healed this time around, and they're gonna get that map control so much sooner. Here, now, GPK wants to go on to GH. GH very, very low. YYY is stunned up. GH can run away, throwing out the Nightmare from YYY to stay alive a little bit longer. He eventually falls. And GPK going to grab a haste. So he's fine.
That's pretty value.
And this middle tower, very low.
See you later, nerds.
Down to 300 HP. I have not heard that LD voice line before. That was new. That was great. That might be my favorite.
Oh, GH trying to make something happen here on this outpost. Not wanting to pop the stun just yet. Waiting until the last minute of the crit.
Well then. That's, yeah, that's one way to make sure your outpost isn't taken.
Harvesting the bones as well. Wanting to get his points up, level up that into the red version.
And looks like it'll be Armlet here for the Wraith King. Dream doing pretty well this game. So not doing as well as the Bristleback. Stun out onto Mind Control. Meanwhile, Miracle died top just as I say he was doing well.
See you later, nerds.
Yeah, making the rotations at the right time was GPK, using the fact that, look, it's hard to contest into this Viper, especially once he's got that maxed poison attack. What can you really do? You know, you need something like the Weaver that's just able to outrange everything without expending a ton of mana.
And here, Nigma again putting pressure on this middle tower. They get the nice shards out onto Excess Vampire Silence, onto GH, and a stun as well. So Grimstruck will stay alive for now, but now Weehaw caught in the arena with pretty much everyone from Gambit here to fight. The only one who hasn't rotated is Dream. They turn around, they kill the Viper. They lose their tower, but they do trade for the mid laner.
It's not awful. GPK seeing if he can make a clever play happen around this rune, and it's not even going to be there. Oh, that's always a bit tilting.
Yeah. So he's pretty low on mana here. Well, jungle farm, work on getting, you know, a little more regen so we can go for another fight. Kuro has a DD, level 4.5. And there's no tower here, so if they get these shards on YYY, he's in a lot of trouble. The Nightmare holding GH away, but of course Eidolons can take that off immediately. The slow, the double damage, the Eidolon hits. That's a dead Bane.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking right there, you know, you saw in the previous two fights, a bit of action on bot side actually.
Yep, and Dream puts the point in his ultimate right before he falls. So he will respawn. Mind control trapped here in the trees. Kuroki rotating in. No black hole yet. He's still pretty low range and he'll just die. Nice. Wow. He melted there from GPK. And GPK looking kind of low. Yeah, this is Nigma still looking to make something happen. There's no ultimate on the Wraith King. He is broken at the moment. Throws the stun out onto Weehaw, but does fall. And now Blizzy is here. He has the arena, but he's low as well. Yeah, that's... Alright, 2 dead here for Gambit. And
the coil stack's building up and no TP left on GPK, so he's forced to use all of his mana to try and get away. I think Nigma are okay with this. They've got the creep wave pushed in. They've cut it a little bit here with Miracle's Quill Spray, and they're just going to take another tower, or at least put some pressure on it.
And yeah, more continuing map control for them, which is how they seem to want to play Dota right now. They're a fan of running at people, and this GH Tusk, I mean, that is something to be very scared of.
GPK,
he has no mana, he can't get out of this. And he's not doing great in this net worth battle. He's about 1,000 gold behind Weehaw here. So he did not have a great landing stage, and now getting picked off there. Gonna continue to set him back.
It will, and you know, they left Dream on his own a fair amount on that bot side. Sure, he's hit up onto his level 7, but likewise, there's 1,000 net worth behind this this Miracle Bristleback. It's not one of those same heroes where, oh, again, they've killed. Are they going to be able to turn it around though?
Hey, he's pretty low, so that is a nice trade kill there. You know, I'll take a support for a core any day. Mind Control has his time lapse, so he's fine to just get out of here for now. And that's Vanguard finished on Miracle. He's pretty tanky, so getting the kill on him there is very impressive.
They've got this deep vision as well, so you can see the smoke rotation coming through from Weehaw as well as GH. They're going to try and pick up GPK after he uses a bit more of his mana.
And do they have the lockdown that they need? Maybe here with GH. Instead, they're going to choose to go for Blizzy, kind of the easier target. Punch him up in the air. Now, Blizzy is fairly tanky. He doesn't have arena. GH is going to pay for this. A nice turn. Blizzy will fall, and Mind Control and Weehaw, they want more. Don't know if they'll be able to get GPK. Maybe with Miracle here. GPK without any mana left on him. Excess Vampire in the trees. They don't even care. They're ignoring him. They're going for the bigger bounty. GPK again, still almost no mana. A pull onto the Bristle, and Mind Control pretty low here. He does fall, so they at least get that trade. But why? He's in here deep. He's in trouble.
It's bad, but it's not awful. Again, it feels like whenever they were successful in Game 2, it was because they created space for Dream, as opposed to leaving him on his own and letting them run it here. This time around, he's on the top side, he's caught up a little bit in the form of net worth, and yeah, I mean, if it costs your supports to be able to do that, it's okay, but man, this armlet build is gonna, again, require a lot more of some good outplays, some mechanical outplays. If you've got a Viper, you've got a lot of damage over time happening, and can't use that 1 HP armlet toggling. GPK is playing on the edge as well, zipping in to be able to grab that regen rune. He eventually got it, so to his credit. That's the sort of thing, again, that you need to do if you're coming up against a Nigma, rather. Enigma and Nigma. Oh, they're going in again onto Mind Control. And they're just sitting around this 3 and 4k net worth lead at the moment. Big team fight happening here. GPK, he's zipped into the mid lane. I'm just going to keep talking as if I'm the only person Jack can hear. Just because I
Yeah.
can't hear Renessa
That is
anymore. Oh.
that is my bad. My apologies, but you are great at the play-by-play. Well done.
Wow.
That was,
Sounds like we're all sorted now.
yeah, so that was a really nice fight there. Nigma looking to be aggressive, the leash out from Grimstroke, really slowing them down and giving time for the rest of Gambit to come in. The double pull from GPK. Oh, it's so beautiful when you see those Grimstroke combos. And it will be a snowball for what?
Snowball for what? Yeah, exactly. Again, it's some good rune control, it has to be said, being obtained by Nigma. Double damage, if that was on GPK, would be pretty disastrous. He's taken a lot more of this active role again. It's about putting the pressure. Oh, I hear a Fiend's Grip.
Yes, there's a grip onto Mind Control, the zip-in from GPK. As you said, he's being active, he's being aggressive, and good usages of the Bane ultimates here. Really, they're dodging those full 5-on-5 team fights. Not really letting the black hole even be anything and making sure to, it feels like they're using the grip off cooldown.
Yeah, Blizzy, he's in a bit of a precarious position though. He's been able to farm up on this top side, but he should go down to the support duo.
He'll hold out for a while. I mean, look at how tanky he is. But yeah, Weha's here too. Oh, poor Blizzy.
And they got the bounty as well. That's the real value.
Is that what the weird, creepy Western showdown music is?
Yeah, we love it.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's creepy. Okay. Adding an extra element to our Dota games. And it'll be a Shadow Blade on Dream. So he does not
Who's the
like
Clint
this.
Eastwood of Dota, you reckon?
The Clint, a player or a hero?
Can be both.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know why. The first thing that popped into my head was PPD. I don't know why. I don't think that's it. That's just what was there.
America.
Maybe, yeah,
That's why.
maybe that's why. Maybe it's because he's, you know, retired and now just occupies a position of I1TI.
He's sitting on his porch,
Yeah.
sneering at people.
Yeah, I mean, he has the right to.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why it popped into my head.
Yeah. We've got X-Vampire moving on to this top lane. He's taken up some of the farm, building up a few things for himself, going for the Aether lens, so it's all about, again, being able to start these team fights a little bit stronger on Gambit. And, I mean, I like the fact that they're creating space for Dream. Again, it seems like he's very much their main win condition in terms of the late game, but his item build doesn't really seem to synergize with that all that well. You know, he's got an armlet into a Shadow Blade, so it's not like this big, you know, game-busting item like a Radiance that's able to, once you have it, completely impact the outcome of these team fights.
Yeah, Vampire is being chased here through the trees, and he's locked in. He doesn't have any way to cut them down. Kuro's gonna let him out, but just so that they can see him, the stun as well. And Miracle doing absolutely so much damage there. He doesn't even need
gonna
damage.
die during it.
Again, wow. Mind Control is having a rough game here. This Fiend's gripped really is. There's nothing that Weaver can do.
Yep. I mean, they're doing the right things now. Miracle, he's back laning a little bit, making sure that this top lane is always pushing out. They want to start making plays a bit stronger around the Radiant jungle, especially now that the tier 1's gone. Maybe try and make the next big play around this Radiant outpost.
Yeah. Now I want to go back to, because we got a little distracted by people dying. You know, I agree, Wraith King's not really building the massive fighting items, but does he have the luxury to do that when you have a Bristleback and a Viper? You know, this Silver Edge seems important.
True. It is pretty important for them to be able to do it, and you know, I suppose the armlet's good to be able to get that early levels of farm for his team. They're TPing pretty heavily back here, just Miracle for now, but Blizzy and the Wraith King both respecting it.
And there will be a storm running in here, and he's gonna zip right out. Never mind. Decides there are a few too many Nigma heroes there. Miracle is gonna be tough to deal with Hood, Vanguard, and Aegis.
He is, and the thing I'm even more concerned about is the the Atos that's been finished up now onto the Viper. So if Storm ever does get caught out, even with a small stun, he's in a really precarious position. He's going into that Soul Booster first and the Bloodstone, so no BKB until once that's completed.
Yeah, and Weeha also has the hood now too, so not only can he be aggressive with the Atos, it's going to be pretty hard to turn around on him. Mind Control, he's got the Diffusal. He has an Illusion Rune. And that's not anything particularly exciting, but Blizzy in trouble. Crow could choose to solo Black Hole if he wants to, and instead a nice quick blink out here from Blizzy. He knows he can't TP, obviously, with the stun from Enigma. He will be tanking for a while. They are TPing in some heroes here, and Blizzy throwing out the arena, turning around on Crow. Is he gonna be able to turn in Black Hole? He will. He catches the Bane. Yeah, but he misses on the Grimstroke, so the silence comes out. The Fiend's Grip will be holding in place. He's stunned. Yep, nope, and no TP out here for the Grimstroke either. Blizzy trying to hide over in the trees. Mind Control will chase him down. Will he get his revenge? Finally. And I guess the bounty done just in time as well.
Yeah, some more spooky Western music for his troubles. Again, it's like Dream, he's not part of these team fights. See, he's just gone into the Shadow Blade and now he's going straight BKB, so not opting to finish off that Silver Edge either. So feels a little bit odd to me.
This is an interesting choice. Maybe he's about to group up with his team.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the Storm Spirit here positioned around where, once again, Mind Control is standing, but just don't think they have the burst damage, especially with this GH Haste Rune.
And they are pinging it out. They missed the shards onto Dream, so he's pretty safe on the high ground.
Man, a position 5 Enigma with a 20-minute Blink Dagger is pretty valuable.
Yeah, and Black Hole's on cooldown for a little bit. Now Miracle has the Aegis. It's going to take a lot to kill him. And Nigma is running that way, and you know, he's still surviving. He's also got an Essence Ring, and now he knows his teammates are coming in, and he can just turn around and start fighting here because he knows he has that Aegis. What a ridiculous hero. And over here on the other side, yeah, he does not have the mana for his ultimate, and he has no way to get it. So if he dies, there's no second life here. That will be Dream's pretty much first team fight, and down he goes. Mind Control with the Diffusal onto YYY, sttrying to hold him back. The Brain Sap keeping him alive. I don't know if YYY is going to live for much longer. Miracle building up all those stacks.
Yeah, the Diffusal Blade coming in real handy on the Weaver. Just neutering what Wraith King is able to do, and then of course the easy cleanup come through from the rest of his team. Opting for this build without the BKB early on means that Viper is going to just cut you around in every single team fight.
Nigma has definitely hit a peak here. This Miracle he's just so hard to kill. He's got the status resist from the Halberd, Vanguard, Hood. What can Gambit do against Miracle right now, especially with Wraith King going for this BKB?
Yeah, I mean, not too much is the the short answer to that. They've got another 45 seconds with this Aegis as well, so they can just play aggressively around Miracle, realizing that he's not going to die. And look at the control that they've been able to obtain. Only 2 towers taken so far by Gambit versus the 5 this side.
Yeah, again, Nigma able to execute that strategy so much better this time. Man, I'm like still annoyed for them at the Treant from last game. It's still okay. So this is an Invis rune here on Curl, not a smoke. So he can kind of wait for his team to catch up. Dream does have that second ultimate. It didn't get popped in the last fight. The sentry comes out to see him in the Shadow Blade. The Dust as well. There is a Black Hole up if anyone else comes to fight, but they're just going to take out the first life on Dream. Move GH away so he's not tanking too much. And again, he didn't have any mana. Did he intentionally try and burn his mana so that he wouldn't waste an ultimate there?
Possibly. I mean, he's level 2, so it's still 2 minutes. I think it was just all about...
Oh, there's a Diffusal. Right. Yeah. Right. Have to remember that one.
I thought he was saying like he was just spam casting his Shadow Blade. He was casting Wraith Fire Blast just to try and drain it. But...
that was my question because I didn't understand how he'd gotten so low because I forgot about the Diffusal.
Well, You see, Blizzy's tanking up a little bit here, and the rotation comes through. Black hole.
It's a nice black hole with nothing around to cancel it, and GPK to fall as well. A very unhappy Storm Spirit, and some tips too, though, so he's gonna get some Battle Pass levels.
Oh, yeah.
If only
But
they
you can
counted
see
in
it.
lobbies.
Exactly. We've got all of the external towers taken. Miracle, again, he's just gone for this raid boss style of build. He was initially opting to go into a basher, hoping to eventually transition into an abyssal blade, but I think this style is perfect. You know, now that he doesn't have the Aegis, he can just go into a hyperstone, gets a bit of that damage anyway, and it builds into something like an AC, which not only protects you, but the rest of your team. And they're very much about those longer team fights right now on Nigma's side.
And Weha has the pipe completed up, which is annoyingly important pushing against a Storm, since Storm can zip out, and the Grimstroke as well can take out your creep wave really quickly. Sometimes you need the pipe just to push to maintain your creeps. And there is the jump in from Blizzy with the arena, but instant BKB popped here by Mind Control. Blizzy with no more mana, throwing out the Desperation Dust basically so that his teammates can see. Blizzy alive for a little bit longer, but he will fall, and now GPK doing what he can, zipping around on this fight. YYY very low, getting chunked down here from Weha. This Viper dealing so much damage. Bane forced to buy back. Just to develop the barracks. Oh, that's with hoods, pipes, halberds, and a smoke for Nigma to cleanly disengage here. They got the buybacks and they got their tower.
Yeah. Even little things like the medallion, you know, insanely value item for someone like a Tusk who likes to roam around. Gives you that extra little bit of burst if you want to be able to pop someone like this Storm Spirit.
That's ridiculous that he died that quickly. Considering he is sitting on a Bloodstone, he should be decently tanky. And I mean, there's absolutely nothing he can do, and now Nigma, they get to go back. They did that smoke to disengage, they waited for someone to come out. And that's probably a free Rax for them. At least arranged.
Oh, they'll stay. I think they can afford to do it.
And Storm Spirit choosing not to buy back. Yeah.
They're playing with him a little bit.
Yeah. Does it reset it to the full duration every time you switch it? Oh, and Wraith King in a little bit of trouble. Now he does have that second ultimate. Rolling the punch onto YYY. Remember, Bane has already bought back. That is a dieback. Storm Spirit almost alive. And the first life here used on Wraith King. Dream will come back to life, but he's hitting on Miracle. What can you even do to this Miracle? The Storm is back up. He zips to the back line, gets the double pull out, but now he has forced to zip back away. Now Miracle is starting to get kind of low here, but who even cares? And now there's a Viper on the front line. Dream forced to Shadow Blade just to disengage. Storm going to zip in with the pull onto the Viper, but Weha is plenty tanky. I think that's just to be annoying.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that they can do against Miracle right now. It's just, how do you burst through this? You know, you've got an Assault Cuirass coming up as well. He's just got the money for it, gets it sent through to him. He'll reach his level 20 soon, so it becomes a lot more of that. You have to focus him, but he's not dying.
And there's no second life here on Dream. The stun is down, so they'll lose the Wraith King. And that's 50 seconds with Wraith King off the board.
He spotted out Miracle here on Blizzy, so he's jumping away. Trying to, what's he trying to get? The bounty rune to enable the buyback on the Wraith King? He's still 35 gold away.
Well, there's bounty runes bottom, but that's a little bit of a trip, and Blizzy's gonna jump in on him. I think Blizzy is in a decent amount of trouble here. Since all of Nigma has jumped in, he will throw out the arena. Do what he can to just kind of delay them, slow them down, make time for this Wraith King respawn, but you know, Blizzy also does not have buybacks.
I mean, it's just perfect team play again from Nigma. They committed everyone except for Miracle there, and yeah, the GG is called. He's able to just whack on those tier 3 towers with his AC completed, and yeah, without the Wraith King, where's your damage?
Yeah, and there was a nice little celebratory